What's going on, everybody? I'm going to share with you today something that may be common knowledge to a lot of people, but maybe it's not to others. The difference between a crankbait and a lipless crankbait. Now, as soon as I show you this, you're going to be like, oh yeah, no duh. But if you're anything like me and you weren't always familiar with the terminology, this may help. This is your standard crankbait. This is a KVD Sexy Shad right here. And you can see it's got a square bill on it. Sometimes these things are called square bills. And when you reel this in, it's gonna wiggle like this and go down, right? So sometimes you can get these deep diving or shallow diving, but that's what it's supposed to do. Go down and then it stops, sort of. Some of them slow float up, some of them suspend. And that's what your standard crankbait is. I like to throw these across like currents and stuff like that. So if there's some rushing water, you can throw them and just reel them in. I mean, you can just crank these things in as fast as you want a lot of the times. Sometimes you want to crank them in and stop and let it suspend. But either way, that's your typical crankbait or square bill. This is a lipless crankbait. Now this is, I think, the War Pig, I think, from Berkeley. And as you can tell, it doesn't have a lip. You can still crank it in. You can still reel it in, and it's going to do one of these numbers all the way in. And you can hear a lot of them have rattles, like balls in there that are going to rattle like that. And what you can do with this, what's cool is, like, especially during the winter time or when the fish are more lethargic, you can just let this fall to the bottom because it'll sink, right? And then you pull it up and then you let it fall. And then you pull it up and then you let it fall. So a couple different ways to fish this, but that's the difference. There is your lipless and there's your standard crankbait or square bill that's got the lip on it.